All right, so we got day one of the fantasy or football season upon us. Thursday was a little taste, a little teaser, a little preview. I think we all got really excited, but it was a bit of a dud on most ends. But we're going to get right into it. We'll talk about some of the matchups. We'll just start from the beginning and work our way down for the 1 p.m. game. So first up, we got Carolina versus Atlanta. Atlanta's at home. Um, any picks? We can talk about fantasy. We'll talk about sleepers, guys. Your must start, all of that stuff. So I'll open the floor up to you guys, and you can kind of give us your thoughts.
Must start, I would say Bijan Robinson for sure. Uh, I'd also start Kyle Pitts and Drake London as well. The game total is at 39.5, so not a high scoring game, but I think Pitts and London will get majority of the targets and the Falcons passing attack. Uh, for the Carolina side, I would start Miles Sanders. I would I don't know about Adam Thielen. He's been missing practice all week. He logged in a couple limited practices at the end of the week. He's battling that ankle injury, so he's a risky start. If you really have to start him, maybe put him in the flex. Uh, DJ Chark is out with the hamstring injury. Some sneaky starters I would say is Jonathan Mingo and Hayden Hurst. I think those guys will get the bulk of the targets in this game. Uh, yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're in a pinch, I think Mingo's a start that you can go with Chark out and Thielen being kind of questionable leading up to this week. The only thing with that is like, look, Carolina's got a rookie QB, Bryce Young. I think like we just don't know enough about that offense yet. It's a completely revamped offense. You've got Miles Sanders as a new running back, a new quarterback, all brand new receivers. I mean, this is going to be, I think, a low scoring game. If anything, the Falcons are going to score a lot. Um, and maybe not even a lot because they love to run that ball. So I think, yeah, I think Mingo's in a pinch. If you need to start him, you can. And then on the Falcon side, those are going to be where your must starts come from. Bijan, like all the guys you said. I think that's the key there.
Mhm.
hey, are you guys still on live?
No.
Nah, just doing it through Zoom.
Okay, so we're not on Instagram live right now.
No.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure, man, because I'm like I can't find it
Uh,
anymore. I don't know what's going on.
yeah.
Sorry, man. Yeah, man. Hayden Hurst sleeper as well. I just see like with Bryce Young being new to the league, he's going against Atlanta defense that isn't the greatest, but they do have some good corners in AJ Terrell, and some other young cats that they got out there. Their linebackers are a bit lacking, and the security blanket usually to rookie QBs will be either their tight end or their running back. Now, in previous years, we haven't seen Miles Sanders do a lot of pass catching work. They do got Chuba Hubbard there, but it's been his job to lose for like the last three times. So I think a veteran like Hayden Hurst can definitely give someone like Bryce Young a little bit of a confidence boost in his first game in a very winnable game, division game. So yeah, man, I'm actually pretty pumped to see how this game goes, man. I'm excited to see Bijan and I'm excited to see Bryce Young and all these other young cats out there. So should be an all right game.
Awesome. Moving on, we'll go up to Houston versus Baltimore, also at 1 p.m. Baltimore's at home and favored. No Mark Andrews is obviously the highlight of this matchup here. He's ruled out this morning, which means that we could probably put Isaiah Likely in as a top, 10, 15 tight end this week, potentially higher with some upside. But as we've talked about as well, all the receivers are there. They got Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. So it'll be cool to see how Lamar Jackson kind of takes over this offense without Mark Andrews. We'll have to see kind of like what Mahomes did without Kelsey and see how that works out. What do you guys think?
I agree, yeah. Likely could be a sneaky starter. He did well last year when Andrews was out a few games, but there were no healthy wide receivers for the Ravens. So I would still probably start Likely. Ravens wide receivers, I don't know. I might not start him this week. It's kind of hard to see where Lamar distributes the ball. So I'd probably wait a week just to see who dominates the targets for the wide receiver room. Um, I would start J.K. Dobbins, but Lamar for sure. Houston side, oh man, I'd start Damian Pierce. That's like probably the only guy I'd start. CJ Stroud's rookie debut, so I kind of want to watch him first, see how he does. John Mechie's out with a hamstring, so Nico Collins He's a nice start to have on your flex, so I think he's going to get a lot of targets. Tank Dell, I don't know yet. I might want to see him first, see how he does. Dalton Schultz could be a sneaky start too. I think he might be CJ Stroud's security blanket. So if you have to start a tight end, if there's slim pickings out there, Dalton Schultz should be fine.
Hmm. Yeah, this game, obviously, you're starting Lamar every week. Lamar's matchup proof. The guy is electrifying. He's got a new offensive coordinator. They say they're going to air the ball out more, run some more 3 wide receiver sets this year. I'm excited to see what Lamar can do, especially against an atrocious Houston defense. Versus the rush. Now, I do think Houston's defense is sneaky good against the pass. They just picked up Will Anderson, who's a nice edge rusher. They also have Derek Stingley, who's turning into a shutdown corner. So some of those receivers, especially like you were saying, Mohammed, how we don't know how the target share is going to be. And I feel like Odell Beckham and Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers are all in that same tier for me. So it's kind of hard to pick one over the other until we find out what's going to go on there. I love Nico Collins in the flex, though. Nico Collins, big body receiver. Feels like we've been waiting for him to break out since he got in there. I'm excited to see what Houston says, but to be honest, other than Damian Pierce, I'm not starting anybody on the Houston side. Maybe Dr. Schultz, aka Dalton Schultz, might start that guy, but outside of those 2 guys, I'm not playing anybody from Houston. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think a couple notes on the Texans side. Last year they were awful, and I mean awful against the run. And so teams just hammered running down their throats every time they played against each other. And so what I'm finding is that maybe it can mean one of two things. Either their passing defense is good, or the running defense was just so bad that it didn't matter, that teams were just like, this is the easiest way to attack this defense. And so I think they could go either way this year. Obviously, they've made some upgrades, so we'll see how that goes. And then the other thing is, I definitely am starting Damian Pierce. But the preseason usage was quite high. I think he was like taking 3 downs and doing some pass catching work as well. But I've been hearing that Devin Singletary will be involved in some ways for some of that passing down work, which might limit Damian Pierce's upside. So hopefully, if you're a Pierce owner, you don't see too much of that. So that way you know what you've got for the year. But yeah, 100% still starting Damian Pierce, and I agree with everything that you guys said. We'll move it on now to a matchup of Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Cleveland's at home.
Baby.
Obviously, that's going to be a nice matchup. We finally get to see Deshaun Watson in a full season. Even though last year he was not great, so we'll get to see kind of how that goes. We got Elijah Moore and Amari Cooper on Cleveland side of the ball. Cincinnati, we get to see Joe Burrow just Joe Shiesty on them.
Yeah, that big money Joe now, eh?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
$55 million a year, Joe Cool, man. Bro, this game is gonna be fireworks. I heard the weather's not gonna be the greatest, but man, you got Deshaun Watson on one side trying to prove them haters wrong. You got Joe Burrow trying to, well, he don't have to prove nothing. Joe Burrow's done it all already outside of a Super Bowl and maybe an MVP, but I think he's right there, you know. So I'm starting everybody in this game. Honestly, like I'm starting everybody. I'm starting T. Higgins. I'm starting Jamar Chase. Obviously, and anyone in your starters, you're definitely starting them. Even Tyler Boyd, man. Tyler Boyd is sneaky good, man. Like this could be one of those games where it's got to be the diamond in the rough that comes out. And I feel like Tyler Boyd is always consistent for those like 6 to 12 fantasy points. Like he's that guy. Like I call him the waiver wire horror man because he's on everybody's team uh, at one point of the year, and he's always filling in, but he's getting you enough points to get you by, and sometimes he's doing a bit more. He never really shits the bed, so I think Tyler Boyd, even him, man, I'm starting him.
Yeah, he was really underdrafted, I found this year. I think people forget some of the games he had last year with all 3 of their wide receivers playing. You know, he can kind of, it's a bit of a boomer bust, but and that's the toughest part with Boyd, I would say, is just like you could have him on your team, but you just got to know which week to start him. And if you get lucky, it could be really nice for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I think the running backs are going to eat in this game too. I'm curious to see how Nick Chubb's going to do finally without Kareem Hunt there. Obviously, you're starting the guy, you're drafting him in the first or second round. Anytime after that, invite me to your league so I could draft him in the first or second round and slap you
Yeah.
up. But yeah, man, everyone's like Oh, get Nick Chubb, but he never catches the ball because Kareem Hunt's there. Now Kareem Hunt's gone. They said they're going to work him in the passing game. Like, man, I am so excited for Nick Chubb this year. I think he's going to be a top 3 running back by the time the season's over. And of course, we're talking half PPR formats and standard. I think he might even be number 1 then. But yeah, half PPR formats. I got him in my top 3 this year. Him, CMC, and maybe Austin Eckler or possibly Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, for Cleveland, I think that's the big thing is like even if you can get a little bit of passing down work, that value is going to skyrocket for half and full PPRs. I mean, the nicest thing is just like not having that shadow or that cloud over him of Kareem Hunt. That's going to be a big difference. And so I'm excited. It's not like we're questioning whether or not we're going to start Nick Chubb. It's more of a question of how much work is this guy really going to get, especially on the passing down. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I agree with you. I think he could be top 3 and very easily as well. Next matchup we got, unless there's anything else from the Cleveland side you guys wanted to talk about, or even Cincinnati.
No, I
Cool.
agree.
So we'll move on. We've got Jacksonville versus Indianapolis. A little bit of a dumpster fire in Indianapolis. A lot of stuff going on. We won't necessarily get too much into that. On the Jacksonville side, we've got like the complete opposite, where they used to be a dumpster fire, the laughing stock of the league. And now they've got somewhat of a generational QB that we could see reach his upside this year. They've got a really nice running back core of Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne. And then you've got Calvin Ridley, who hasn't played in 2 years. I'm so excited to see Calvin Ridley. I don't really have too much of him because I found that he was going pretty high in the drafts. A little bit uncomfortable for me for a guy who hasn't played in 2 years, but we know the talent was there. And from all the reports we've been seeing, it should be crazy. But I'm very excited for this matchup, especially on the Jacksonville side.
Yeah, I'm starting a lot of the Jacksonville starters. Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, ETN for sure. Bigsby's a nice sneaky starter. I think if Jacksonville gets out to a lead early on, you'll see a lot of Tank Bigsby.
That's it right there. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Evan Ingram too. I like on the Colts side, I mean, you're gonna have to start Anthony Richardson. I'm pretty sure that's the first quarterback you drafted, unless you have a better backup option. He should pick up some yards on the ground. I don't know how the passing game is going to look in his first start. I'm sitting all the Colts wide receivers this week just to be a little safe because I'm not really trusting that passing game right now. But I would
Including
start
Pittman.
Deion Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to. I sat Pittman this week, so I mean, if you have to play him, I mean, he will get the targets, but it just depends on how Anthony Richardson's looking as a passer. So I would kind of stay away from Pittman this week if you could. But I like Deion Jackson.
So yeah, we got a fan question coming in right now. Should I start Dalvin Cook or Mike Evans at the flex? Sal, do you know if this is
Ooh.
what type of format this is? Is this standard PPR, half PPR? Because I think
Half
that changes
PPR.
things. Half PPR, cool. Let me see here what we got. You guys can talk and I'll give you my opinion after.
I would go. This is kind of a tough one. The Vikings don't really have a good secondary. That game could be a shootout. So I think Evans will get the targets. Baker's been looking good in the preseason. Um, Dalvin Cook's going to get a big workload. I think Brees Hall's going to be like very limited this game. So half PPR, man. It's hard to say. You can't really go wrong with either one. I'd probably say Mike Evans though.
Yeah, man. I got Mike Evans in there for sure. Not just because I'm a Mike Evans owner. I'm a Dalvin Cook truther as well. I just think with the backfield being split in the Jets, you don't really know. There's too many moving parts, too many people coming in and out. I think you're safe to start the receivers, but when it comes to running backs, it kind of scares me. Mike Evans, you know what you're gonna get from him. 10 straight years of 1,000 yards. Um, Baker Mayfield, yeah, he might not be the most accurate, but if you're gonna trust anybody to catch an inaccurate ball, it's going to be a guy that's 6'5", and
Hmm.
he's got a long wingspan. So in my position, I think that game is going to be a high scoring game. Minnesota has a high scoring offense. They got Kirk Cousins in there, who's turning into a great QB. I mean, he's always been slightly above average, but I think he's starting to get in that top 10 range now. You got JJ, who's obviously the number one, and Jordan Addison in there as well. I think this is going to be a high scoring game, and Tampa's going to have to keep up. So I'm starting Mike Evans. Lock that in.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I think I'm on the other side of this from you two. I'd probably go Dalvin Cook here. I think with Brees Hall being questionable and having some stuff still that he's got to deal with, I think that Jets offense is going to be primed, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have trust in Dalvin because this guy has done it before on a good team. And I just feel like for me, it would just be a good floor. I think his floor is perfect for what I'm looking for as a flex with some upside mixed in as well. And the only reason I won't go Mike Evans on this one is simply just because we know what we're going to get from him, as you said, Khaled, but we don't know what we're going to get from Baker Mayfield. I just don't have trust in him. And so for me, it's like, look, I own Mike Evans in a couple leagues. I think he's a great player, obviously, 1,000-yard king. But for me, it's just the guy throwing it to him is not good enough. I don't think that upside is there. And so that's probably why I'd go Dalvin. But totally understand where you guys are coming from on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, that leads us into our next matchup, which is Tampa Bay versus Minnesota. Oh, and then we've got another question after that. So
Nico Collins or gamble on Zeke at the flex. This one is a full PPR.
Oh, Nico Collins for sure, man. With Ramondre playing, Zeke's not gonna get much passing work, and the Eagles are gonna go
yeah,
up big in this game.
yeah, if it's full
That
PPR, I agree because Zeke is going to get most likely the goal line carries or like those high value, like we need a bruiser in there. Ramondre is not much of that. He's not a crazy speed guy. He's not crazy strong. He's just really good at everything. So I think, yeah, if it's a full PPR, I'd probably go with Nico Collins, even with Ramondre coming in questionable, which is just a stomach bug for the record.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, with the Texans being down, I know I said earlier I'm not starting any Texans, but with this question here, Texans are probably going to be down most of the game. We don't really know what we're going to get out of Nico Collins, but again, we've been expecting him to break out. He will get peppered with a lot of targets, especially if they want to keep up with the highest scoring offense of Baltimore. With Zeke, honestly, I'm a lot higher on Zeke than most people this year, but I just think with Ramondre actually playing and the history of New England backs, how Bill Belichick just likes to fuck with your fantasy team and never be clear with what he's going to do. I think with Zeke, you're kind of hoping that he just falls into the end zone, and like that might be good. But if he doesn't fall into the end zone in a full PPR format, kind of risky. I think the safer play might be a Nico Collins in there. So yeah, man, I'm starting Nico Collins over Zeke.
Yeah,
Couple
especially the
notes on
Eagles
this,
front
Matt.
seven too.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, agreed with that. Couple notes on the Bucks. In the last 3 years, they've ranked first, and third in their passing rate, which is of course with Tom Brady, but they pass a lot. And then on top of that, when they were in a 9 to 16 point deficit, they led by their passing rate by not a small margin. It was a large margin. So if they do get down in this game, you could expect to see a lot of passing, which again I recognize supports the case for Mike Evans in this game. And the one thing I'll also point out as well is that one thing Baker Mayfield is good at is throwing a deep ball, and Mike Evans obviously can kill anyone in a one-on-one matchup, and so obviously that could be something to keep an eye on. But yeah, I think they're going to pass a lot, but it'll be a good game. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was Alexander Madison, and I wanted to find out where you guys are at. Like when he was playing, when Dalvin Cook was injured last year, this guy was like a top 10, top 12 RB in the projections every week. Do you guys think that that's his ceiling? Because he wasn't being drafted like that. So where do you guys see him, or how you guys see him doing this year?
I like him. I think he could finish top 15. I mean, volume is key. Like, you don't really have much on that depth chart behind him that's going to take a lot of work from him. So you can use him in the passing game too. This is an explosive offense, one of the best offenses in the game. So they're going to be in a lot of scoring opportunities. So I think Madison's going to have a good year. I can see him having over 1,000 yards from scrimmage and probably close to double-digit touchdowns. So I'm high on Madison this year.
Yeah, Madison in this specific matchup, it's kind of a tough matchup. Tampa's always been pretty good against the run. They've been more susceptible against the pass. But I think, like Muhammad was saying over there, with the volume, man, you can't go wrong with volume. You know, it just sets your floor every week. And if you can get a guy that's going to get you at least 6 to 10 points, you don't have to worry about it. And there's not really much there to challenge him. Like they got Tyson Chandler that's in there, and like yeah, that's cool. But he hasn't really proven anything yet. And Madison, they got rid of Dalvin Cook, so Madison could be the starter, and they didn't bring anybody else in. And Minnesota has championship aspirations, so I think Madison is going to have a great year. I was kind of scared drafting him in the fourth round of our 14 team half PPR league, but I mean, volume is king, and with Justin Jefferson getting so much attention, Jordan Addison getting so much attention, TJ Hawkinson, like they got so many receiving options there that it's going to be hard to stack the box. And I think Madison is a worthy starter, and he's a capable starter. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty high on Madison this year, and I think in this matchup he should be doing pretty well too.
Awesome. All right, we'll move it on to Tennessee versus New Orleans. New Orleans at home for this matchup. They've got one of my guys of the year, someone who I think has the potential to be a top 3 to 5 wide receiver, and that's Chris Olave. Even with a new even with a new quarterback, I'm really high on Olave this year. But the team in general, even with Kamara out, still got a lot of firepower. And then on the Tennessee side, you've got the King, Derrick Henry, of course, and some new wide receivers in place. We've got DeAndre Hopkins. So why don't we go a little bit over that and talk about kind of what we feel, starters, all of that.
Man, I think Derek Carr has the potential to be QB1 this week.
Okay.
Straight up. Okay, so
you almost had me there.
No, not this year. I had to correct myself there. No, this week. And I'll tell you why, man. Because Derek Carr, he's had multiple 4,000-yard seasons. He's always singling on like one or two guys. He's a pass-heavy QB. He knows how to check down to the running back if he has to. And I think like Tennessee actually has like a top 5 rush defense, but they have like a top 5 worst pass defense. So, and Derek Carr's a gunslinger, man. And with targets like Olave, Michael Thomas, you got Rashid Shaheed, which he's got like, like one play touchdown ability, right? I think honestly, Derek Carr is a sneaky starter for me this week for QBs. And I love Olave this year, man. Like, I had Adams last year, and Derek Carr, like he forces the ball to his number one guy a lot of the times. And Olave, man, like he's so talented. He's got a lot of long touchdowns and stuff like that, and he's a great route runner. So I think like with Derek Carr making guys like Hunter Renfrow fantasy viable options, I think guys like Slant God and Chris Olave, man, they're poised for a big year this year. I actually have New Orleans winning that game. And then on the flex side of that, you got obviously you're always starting the King. Even though New Orleans has been a stingy run defense, you're always starting the King. Until he breaks a leg and he doesn't play, I'm drafting that guy in the first round every fucking year, man. He's bailed me out in multiple years, so I got a lot of loyalty to that guy. DeAndre Hopkins, though, that's one guy, man, the talent is there. But I don't know about DeAndre Hopkins, man. Like I want to start him every week because he's sick, man. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what your guys' thoughts is on DeAndre Hopkins this year.
Oh, I'm big on Hopkins this year. Last year when he played, he was the wide receiver 9 in points per game, and he had a 29% target share. So that's one of the highest in the leagues. You're now on the Titans, where Ryan Tannehill did support a really good wide receiver in AJ Brown early in his career. They don't have too many passing options in this offense. It's basically going to be a lot of Derrick Henry, and when you got to air it out, you got DeAndre Hopkins there. Traylon Burks is going to be pretty sneaky this year if he can stay healthy. I like him as a number 2 option. This game has a total of 41.5 points. I think it might be a sneaky shootout game. Yeah, I think it might be a sneaky shootout game. So I like DeAndre Hopkins this year. He's going to get peppered with a lot of targets.
Man, Tannehill's playing for his career, man. you got 2 first and second round guys, or you got 2 first and second year guys that want that starting job, man. Like Tannehill's got to be playing for his career because he's getting up there in age. Who do you guys got winning this game? And would you start Chiggy Okonkwo if you need a tight end this week?
I would. I would. Jonnu Smith had a couple nice games when he was on the Titans with Tannehill, so I think Chigga Kongwu can be incorporating this offense too. Winning this game, oh man. If they can't stop the run game, I'm gonna have to say Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the
I got
Titans.
New Orleans. I go with New
Yeah.
Orleans on this one. I
If
think
I had to put my
Carr
money
with
on,
those receivers. Yeah,
you're
I
giving
won't be
Carr a
upset.
high-powered offense. Gruden's back to work with him now. Again, because tight ends are just so shit, and no one knows really what to do with them. If you had the choice, would you start Chiggy Okonkwo or Juwan Johnson? I know
give me
I hear
Juwan
that one a lot.
Johnson.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a red zone target. And you know how Carr likes his tight ends. I'd probably go
Love his
Juwan
tight
Johnson.
ends. Yeah, man. I think one name to look out for might be a stash for later on is Foster Moreau, man. Derek Carr
Foster
loves
Moreau, huh?
Foster Moreau. He came over from Vegas, and Derek Carr loves Foster Moreau, and he's still young. They just signed him to a contract. They got that chemistry already because Waller sat out a lot of games. I think it might be Juwan Johnson right now, but at the end of the year, I think we'll be asking questions either Foster Moreau or
Okay, okay.
we got two more matchups at 1 p.m. Figure we could just do San Francisco versus Pittsburgh next, and then shift over to the 425 games. San Francisco versus Pittsburgh. I'm really excited to see Pittsburgh, man. I think Kenny Pickett has been playing really well in the preseason. Towards the end of last year, he was doing better. Got a lot of weapons for him. You know, Deontay Johnson, there's people on both sides of the camp that think that he'll do well, and those that think that he won't be great. They got Pickens, who's that budding superstar. We know he's got the talent. We've seen the highlight catches. He's fantastic. You know, we got it's a good squad. I think Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, that backfield is going to be interesting to see how kind of that shakes out. Does Najee still have it, or has he lost a step maybe? But yeah, it'll be interesting on the Pittsburgh side and the San Fran side. Obviously, you got the CMC Purdy starting. Very interesting, you know, option that they did was trading their number 3 pick, you know, away for basically nothing, and they moved up to get him for Trey Lance, and it's just kind of like weird stuff going on over there, but they know what they've got. Like they've got a solid team. You know, they've got Debo, Kittle, all the other guys that I mentioned. I mean, that this is a solid team that should do well, because really what San Fran is known for and what they've done in the last couple of years is just got a game manager, someone who can make a throw when he needs to most of the time. And just rely on just that team where you got a lot of guys that can come off the line like Debo and just grab the ball and run. You got unreal running backs, got a lot of options there. So I think that'll be a fun game to watch.
yeah, man.
Mhm.
I was seeing something that San Fran has like the number 1 paid running back, a top 3 paid tight end. Like they got like so many players that are in the top 10 of paid at their position. Um, with the newest addition being Nick Bosa. Sorry, my bad. Nick Bosa just signing that fat contract to be the highest paid defensive player ever. So I think, man, San Fran's got some Super Bowl aspirations. You're starting McCaffrey all the time. Drafted him first to third overall. You got to play the guy. Kittle, he's hurt, but Brock Purdy with Kittle last year, man, he was snapping. He loves Kittle in there, and Kittle always has that big playability. Um, I'm curious. I don't know, man, about this year about Debo and Ayuk. It's not that I don't like them. I just don't know who to rank higher, man, because man, Ayuk was snapping at the second half of the season last year. It seems like he was really coming to his own. And if you guys remember, the year that Debo finished top 5, Ayuk was actually being drafted before him.
That's
Um,
right.
Mhm.
yeah, and Debo Samuel. I think somebody on this call had Debo Samuel that year. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was a top 5 receiver, and everyone was drafting Ayuk first, and then it became Debo first, and those are 2 guys I'm curious to get your take on. Who do you think is gonna, one, have a better day, 2, have a better season?
I think it's like pick your poison, man. On any given week, it could be Debo, it could be Ayuk, it could be Kittle. I don't think this is going to be a high passing offense because their defense is so dominant, and they got CMC and Elijah Mitchell in the backfield. So they probably don't want to give Brock Purdy too much on his plate. I think it's more so like Sean said, game managing. Uh, it's hard to say, man. We'll see how it looks early on. If Purdy favors one or the other, because like Debo's production came mostly from the rushing yards and the rushing touchdowns. So now that you got CMC and a healthy Elijah Mitchell, you're not gonna really see him carrying the ball as much. So we'll see how it goes. But what do you guys think about Najee Harris potentially splitting carries with Jalen Warren? And are you scared to start Najee this week against one of the best front sevens in football?
I would be wholeheartedly, bro. I'd be shook. This is coming from a Najee owner from last year, and any time that they played against a competent defense with a good front seven, he couldn't do anything. Like he would have like you're basically hoping that he gets like 50 to 70 yards on the ground and a touchdown because that will save his day. But when he didn't get that touchdown, the guy's averaging like 5 to 10 fantasy points per game. It was just a mess. And Jalen Warren, with so much less, is doing so much more. The guy is pretty explosive. He's a nice pass catcher. He can do a little running. From what I've seen of him, I think I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the year we're talking about Jalen Warren leading this backfield over Najee Harris. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But yeah, I'd be scared.
See, everyone keeps saying that, man. Watch out for Jalen Warren. Watch out for Jalen Warren. I mean, it doesn't help that Najee has like a 3.2 yards per carry. Najee is not doing that great. Every time he touches the ball, like that they're talking about like other players that have had the same type of efficiency that Najee has, and they don't last in the league for that long. I think Mike Tomlin's love for Najee Harris and them putting him in that bell cow role means you gotta start him. Like you have to start that guy because you're drafting him anywhere between rounds 2 to 4. Now, maybe down the year we could see that change with Warren taking in those pass catching abilities and maybe being a more efficient runner. But I hear that every year, man. The backup's gonna take over. The backup's gonna take over. And like, you know what? Madison did it this year. Pollard did it, or yeah, Pollard did it this year as well. I can't not start Najee, man. Like, am I scared to start Najee? Sure. But drafting him, week 1, he was going against San Fran. The over-under for this game is 41.5 for the point total. Seems like it's going to be a grinded out type of game, and Najee, based on volume alone, I can't not start the guy.
Yeah, you got to start him.
Yeah.
It's a risky start, but you got to start him.
It's a risky start, but like, I mean, who are some guys that you put over him? Like, do you start Javonte Williams or Najee Harris?
Oh,
I
Najee.
go Najee.
Do you
Yeah.
go James Conner or Najee Harris?
Oh,
That's a
that's
tough
close.
one, man. I know
Because
you're
the
not
Commanders
super
have a
high
good
on
front
him, but
seven.
Yeah,
I might go Connor on this one just because I don't think they have much else. Like, yeah, Marquise Brown is healthy, but they got like, I think it's Joshua Dobbs, a QB that's starting there. I mean, man, I give it to Connor there. I think he'll get more work just for the floor.
Okay.
But that
Hopefully they
illustrates
don't.
the point exactly.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
don't
man.
overwork James Conner.
Well, that's what I mean, right? Like, fuck, man, it's so hard with now like teams not valuing running backs as much as they did before. That's why I think it's so important to get those like workhorse backs, like those Mixons, those Derrick Henrys, those Nick Chubbs, because it's kind of tough, man. Like, okay, so they got Najee Harris at 1, 2, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. They got Najee Harris at RB 23 this week. And they have James Conner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots ahead of him. So yeah, and that's on fantasypros.com. So they got James Conner 7 spots ahead of Najee Harris this week. So I think you guys are onto something with saying start James Conner. I don't know, man. I just can't trust his health, and I don't trust the QB play. I don't trust the O line. I don't trust anything Arizona.
All right.
Let's go on to the next
We
game.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more games. Do we want to cover those, or do we want to just move over to like sleepers and stashes? Up to you guys. What do you guys think?
We could just zoom through the games pretty quickly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So the
okay,
next one
so-
is
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, go. No, what I was
Uh,
gonna say is like, let's just talk like, hey, like quick answers then. You know?
okay.
Yeah.
So next we got 425. We got Green Bay at Chicago. Yeah, go for it, boys.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm starting Aaron Jones for sure. Aaron
mhm.
Jones last year's week 2, he played Chicago. He got 30 fantasy points in a half PPR format. I'm starting AJ Dillon. Um, I'm not starting any receivers on the Green Bay side of things until I figure out what's good with Jordan Love, and that's the same with Musgrave. On the other side of things, I'm definitely starting Justin Fields, of course. I'm starting Khalil Herbert, even though he might split some touches with Roshan Johnson in the future. Just right now, he's their guy. Um, Definitely starting DJ Moore, even though he will be going against Jair Alexander, who is a shutdown corner. So just be aware of that. And then Darnell Mooney, I don't know if I want to start him just yet. This might be a good matchup to do it, but he's just disappointed years on years end. So I don't know. And then if you want to throw in Cole Kmet in there, sure, start Cole Kmet if you really have to. But I think there's better options on the waiver wire.
Yeah,
I
I'd
got
like to
Jaden Reed as a
learn.
sleepy starter or
Oh,
sleepy
nice.
starter. Sorry,
Who's
just
your
because
Yeah,
you
I
sleeper
have
think he
start?
could be.
Jaden Reed, just because Watson's out and Dobbs is on a snap count, they're gonna have to throw the ball. I think they might be trailing in this game. So if you have to throw him in the flex, why not?
Yeah, there's two key takeaways for me in this game that I want to learn about. Number one is how is DJ Moore utilized? Is he going to be that alpha number one that we know the talent is there for? He's just never had a QB that could throw to him. And then the second thing is just Jordan Love. How does he play? Is he spooked? Is he throwing, making good throws? Like, I don't care about who he's throwing to right now. I just want to see, do I have the confidence that I could start pass catchers for this guy on a week to week basis? Because we know Watson's going to be back, Dubs is going to be back. You got Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. It's going to be interesting to see. So those are my two key takeaways. Moving forward, we
Yep.
got Las Vegas versus Denver. Uh, we got the boy Josh Jacobs back on that 1 year deal,
Raiders.
and they're going to be playing Denver. Dangerous. What do we think, boys? This is going to be a pretty interesting one.
Yeah, man. My start of the game has got to be Josh Jacobs, man. This guy averages over 100 yards a game against these guys. He's averaging over a touchdown a game. It seems like every time they play Denver, Josh Jacobs shits on them. They have Sean Payton there, you know what I mean? Maybe he'll find some ways to take him out of the game because they do have a good secondary. But man, my start of that game's got to be Josh Jacobs, man. And I'm a Devonte Adams owner, but I would still take Josh Jacobs over Devonte Adams this week. I'm definitely starting Devonte Adams as well. Just last year he torched them. I'm pretty sure there's that meme or whatever. He's not ready yet, and I'm sure Patrick Surtain has been practicing, but no one's ready for Devonte Adams, man. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm starting him. I'm probably not starting Jacoby Myers unless I'm in a pinch. I'm not starting Hunter Renfro until I figure out what's going on. And the tight end situation there between Michael Mayer and Austin Hooper, I think it could be a sneaky play, but I'm still not touching it. On the Denver side of things, I'm starting Javante Williams. If you need P Ryan in your flex, sure. If you're in those deeper leagues, but I don't know. Again, they have Joe Lombardi who likes to throw to his running backs a lot. Again, he was the guy that played with Eckler. He coached Eckler when Eckler had that big season. He was the guy that coached Kamara when they had that big season. So I'm starting those guys, and I'm starting Cortland Sutton and Greg Dulcich if I can.
What's up with the backfield in Denver, though? There's reports saying Javonte's getting a big workload. There's reports saying Jaleel McLaughlin's getting a big workload. It might be a backfield to stay away from week one just to see how it plays out. Um, and then Dulcich, I think he might be a sneaky start, but Troutman has been getting a lot of first team reps all offseason, so we got to see how that looks. I kind of want to maybe take a wait and see approach with this Broncos offense first because Judy's not playing, but I mean, you probably have to start Russell Wilson and Sutton. I would say, yeah, for a flex option for sure.
Yeah, I think Sutton would be the guy there. The backfield, man, I'm very shaky about. I've voiced my opinion on Javante being his first year back from injury. Um, yeah, I'm on your side there, Noman, with the wait and see approach. Yeah, man, that's gonna be tough. Next up, we got Miami versus the Chargers, two high-powered offenses. This is gonna
Ooh,
be
boy.
legendary. I love this matchup for Week 1.
It's got the highest point total of the week. It's like 51.5 points, I believe. This is gonna be fireworks, man. You could start so many
Yeah.
guys in this
Oh
game.
my
Both
God.
quarterbacks, both top two wide receivers on both teams. Eckler, Raheem Mostert. Salvin Ahmed might have a little bit of sneaky flex appeal. Uh, but yeah, this is gonna be a high scoring game, so I'm excited for this matchup for sure.
Yeah, man, I'm starting everybody. Starting both QBs, Herbert and Tua. Obviously you're starting your Tyreek Hills, your Keenan Allens, your Mike Williams. Like, I just think this game is just going to be such a high scoring game. It might even be the most fun game of the week to watch. And I love my Raiders, but I think this game and Buffalo game are going to be the two most fun games to watch this week. I'm starting everybody, man. Tight ends, because again, we come back to these shit ass tight ends. Are you starting Gerald Everett this year or this week if you're in a pinch? And who's the tight end of man? I don't even know. It's Smythe. I don't even know who the tight
Oh
end is
yeah,
on.
because Gasecki's
Durham
gone. Yeah,
Smythe, yeah.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
I'm not touching Dolphins tight ends.
Even on the Chargers, man, I don't think I'd start Everett. I mean, there's got to be a better option available with the Andrews injury, maybe likely sitting there. But I just feel like even without that, and you got just regular waiver guys, I'd rather just take someone else from there. There's so much going on. Like, you basically have to count Eckler as like that safety valve receiver. Then you've got Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. I know they have a new offensive coordinator, and they talked about throwing the ball a little bit more. But again, I'd have to take that wait and see approach with Everett. I'm not comfortable starting him right away.
Yeah, I'm not
Agreed, yeah.
starting either of those tight ends, and you're definitely not starting any of those defenses either.
All right, we got Philadelphia at New England today as well.
Oh,
Jeez.
There we
fly Eagles
go.
fly, baby. I'm starting pretty much all the starters on the Eagles. Hurts for sure. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert. I like Swift and Penny for flex plays because I think they're going to get a lot of work on the ground. This is going to be a blowout. I'm sorry to say, Pats fans. The Eagles last year, they were pretty much blown out teams in the first half, and then they just kind of let their foot off the gas pedal in the second half, and they just kind of ran the ball in the second half of games. On the Pats side, I mean, who are you going to really start besides Ramondre Stevenson? Do you trust the Pats wide receivers? I kind of want to like use that wait and see approach. I know Juju was talking a lot of smack after the Super Bowl to the Eagles, so Bradbury and Slay, they're going to lock his ass up. I know that. This ferocious pass rush is going to get to Mac Jones. So on the Pat side, I'm only starting Ramondre. But yeah, go Eagles.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we talked about Zeke a little bit. Like, if you really need it because you've got like a Kamara or something where you need like just to fill in, I think Zeke, you have a chance where he gets a high value goal line or a couple third down pieces. So there's a potential for some points there. The big one for me is going to be on the New England side is just how does that Ramondre and Zeke backfield look like? I personally am a lot higher on Ramondre this year. I think he could replicate a lot of what he did last year because I see Zeke as, yes, maybe better than Damian Harris, but I think he'll get the work that he needs to be successful. So I personally think he'll do well, even with, as I said, he's questionable with a stomach bug, but I think that was on Friday, so he should be good for today.
Yeah, man. This game, I don't know. It's betting against Belichick week one. He's had all year to like decide what he's gonna do and how he's gonna stop you. On the Eagles side, man, I'm starting Jalen Hurts. I picked him in the second round of our 14-team league just because I wanted that guaranteed elite quarterback, and I think he's matchup proof. You're gonna start guys like AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard for sure. I don't trust the Philly backfield just yet. Just not because the talent's not there. Like, I think Swift's a great running back. Rashad Penny when he's healthy, and Gainwell, they kept him, so obviously they like him a lot. But I just don't know what's going to happen there enough to start one of those guys. If I have another option that I can plug in there, maybe I might switch to one of those guys out. But and on the Patriots side, man, like Ramondre, that's it. Maybe Zeke as a sneaky flex if you really want to. I don't see any of those receivers doing well. I see Juju getting maybe one catch for 4 yards just because he was talking shit. And the
Before
Eagles
his
have
knee
such,
explodes, right?
yeah, hell yeah, man. I mean, like, you know what the problem is, man. The guy's playing less football, doing too many dances where he's fucking shaking his knees. I don't know, man. I like
He won't be
I like
dancing in
Juju
the end zone
usually.
this week.
Nah, honestly, man, you got Darius Slay and you got James Bradbury there. I think other than the Buffalo tandem, that is the best cornerback tandem in the league. Um, no one's getting anything on those guys. I'm scared of the Patriots, man. If I'm picking who's winning the game, I don't know, but yeah, I'm not starting any running backs on the Philly Eagles side. Other than that, everyone else is a go for me.
Last note before we move on, if you need a tight end, because we always got to bring that up, I think Hunter Henry is a sneaky potential touchdown guy that you could get, maybe 7, 8 points from and save your week. So I'll just point that out as well. Hunter
Yeah.
Henry as a sleeper.
Are you starting any of these defenses? Because I know Philly's defense was one of the top defenses to go. New England's defense was number one last year. Are you starting any of these defenses?
Eagles defense for sure, yeah.
I'd start the
Of
Eagles
course.
defense. I'm not touching the Patriots against the Eagles. For me, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Next matchup we got is the LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are going to be at home. Kenneth Walker is active. The Rams obviously going to be without Cooper Kupp. So we've got Van Jefferson, Puka, Cam Akers in the backfield. Hasn't been a lot of talk around him. I think he'll be solid. Like he's going to get the work. They've got Kyron Williams behind him, so not anyone that's proven. And then on the Seattle side, you got 3 wide receivers locked and loaded, ready to go. You got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. The cool thing about him, JSN, is the fact that like we hear this quote from Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson saying that when the 3 of them played together in college, JSN was the best of the 3. So obviously that's gonna start some conversations going and see kind of where he's gonna go. I'm really excited to see him play, even though I think he'll be limited a little bit because he just had wrist surgery.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
I'm
agree.
starting. I'm starting both receivers on the Seattle side. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett for sure. Tyler Lockett actually snaps against the Rams every year. I think like his last like couple games, it's like 13 catches for 200 yards and a couple touchdowns or something like that. So I'm definitely starting him. Jackson Smith and Jigba, although I do see the talent there, with him coming off surgery or an injury or whatever, I don't know if I want to start him just yet, even though. Seattle does run a lot of 3 receiver sets. Kenneth Walker is definitely a start for me. I think this game is just going to be a blowout, man. Cam Akers is going to get his, but the Rams suck. I'm not starting anybody
So
on the Rams.
So on that note, then, would you start Zach Charbonnet then if you think it's going to be a blowout and Kenneth Walker was questionable coming into today? How do you feel about maybe starting Zach Charbonnet as like a flex or an RB2 if you really need it?
I mean, like it's the first week, right? Like, I mean, if you really need him, I guess sure, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of hype around all these rookies, man, and not everyone's gonna hit, right? So
That's right.
I just don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, if they're up, yeah, maybe they'll play him more, for sure. But this is a division game as well. And you know what? Actually, yeah, fuck it, man. Start the guy. You know what I mean? Man, Pete Carroll loves to run the ball, man. Pete Carroll is always a run first type of guy, even though he has all these guys. You got all these receivers on the outside, man. If you need a running back, let's say you went 0 RB strategy and like Jalen Warren is your second running back, I'm definitely starting Charbonnet over Jalen Warren this week.
On the Rams side, the only guys I would probably start, well, I'm starting Cam Akers because I mean you drafted him probably 3rd, 4th, 5th round. Tyler Higbee should be a good option.
Oh,
He's got that connection with Matt Stafford.
yeah.
Van
How could I?
Jefferson, yeah, he's gonna be like more of a boomer bust guy. I think he's more of a big playability guy. But Puka Nakua, apparently Sean McVay said he's gonna get a lot of opportunities. So he might get quite a few targets. But besides that, I don't know, man. This offense is not gonna be that great early on. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but when you said that, Sal's face went, and then he went off his camera. So we might see a Puka
he,
Nakua pickup in the near future.
Yo, what?
how do you spell that? Yeah, he's on the waivers right now.
Yeah, how do I spell that?
Don't
All
kill
right,
Run,
me.
don't walk.
next matchup.
Yeah,
Next
yeah, man.
matchup is last one of Sunday is Dallas versus the New York Giants in New York.
Ooh.
This will be a cool matchup, man. I'm excited to see the Giants play, and I never thought I'd be saying that to myself in the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But I like Danny Dimes this year. I think he'll be fine. I personally was really high on Waller, and then he had that damn hamstring injury come up. He's expected to play this week. I'm still super high on him because I don't really love the other receiving options in New York. But that'll be interesting to see. We got Saquon, obviously, and then on the Dallas side, you got a plethora of fantasy talent that you can run out there and be confident with, including a tight end that is going to be replacing Dalton Schultz and could get some decent work. So let me get your thoughts on that matchup.
I'm starting for the Dallas side, you're starting Dak, CD. Cooks has some nice flex of play. Tony Pollard for sure. Jake Ferguson, I like Jake Ferguson. I think he's gonna be nice this year. Dak does like his tight ends. On the Giants side, man, with Waller being a bit banged up, you don't know how this wide receiver room is gonna look with so many of these let's say what B level, C level receivers. It's gonna be a lot of Saquon Barkley, but this defense with that pass rush, you got DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons, and then you got the secondary with Trayvon Diggs, and they just picked up Stephon Gilmore. This is gonna be a tough matchup for the Giants for sure. I got Dallas dominating this game, so yeah, that's my take there.
Man, I think this game's going to be a lot closer than people think. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Every time that Dallas and New York play, it's straight fireworks. Um, yeah, man, you're starting all the guys on Dallas. So, like, you're starting your Tony Pollards, obviously. Dak Prescott, I think, is going to do really well this week. CD Lamb, Brandon Cooks. That is one guy I'm curious to get your guys' take on because I mean, he's always been Mr. Consistency, but he's always had shit quarterbacks thrown to him. Now that he actually has a really good quarterback and Dak Prescott throwing to him, I think Brandon Cooks is going to have a lot more value this year than in recent years. And on the Giants side, you're starting Saquon. I mean, you can start Danny Dimes with the rushing upside. I think he'll be good. Another year with Brian Dabble as coach, I think he'll be fine. Receivers, I don't know, man. There's so many who's the guy type of guys. Like one guy that's on nobody's radar is Sterling Shumpert or Sterling Shepard. Sorry, we call him Shumpreet. So that's what I wanted to call him. But yeah, man, Sterling Shepard's got like some sneaky value. Slayton's got some big playability. I think we're gonna have to wait on Jalen Hyatt a bit, and I don't know. Waller, man, he's been with the Raiders for a while. That hamstring bothered him all last year. I don't know how I feel about Waller this week. I love the talent, I love the player, but that hamstring, man, they're lingering injuries. So I don't know if you have another option that can get you a decent amount. Some people draft two tight ends. I'd say go for it, but this is going to be a high scoring game, and if Waller is active, I mean it's going to be hard to sit that guy.
Yeah, for me, if Waller's playing, I'm starting him, and I'm an owner of him in one of my leagues, our league actually. And so if he's starting, I'm playing him. That's just the bottom line. And then our last matchup, which is going to be taking place tomorrow night in New York, it's going to be Buffalo versus the Jets. Pretty amped up matchup here, I think, for a lot of reasons. Obviously, I think this could go one of two ways. If the Jets win, every paper is going to have them going to the Super Bowl the next day on Tuesday. And if they lose, it's going to be a pretty bad fallout or a backlash. I think it's going to be an overreaction either way. But this is going to be a good game, man. I'm really excited for that Monday night.
Yeah, man, this is gonna be straight up fucking fireworks, man. I can't wait to see Aaron Rodgers with some good receivers, a good run game, and a good defense. Aaron Rodgers has been begging for a first round wide receiver his whole career. He finally got one. And Garrett Wilson is no joke, man. Last year I think 92% of his targets were out of range or something like that. He was playing with these scrubs as QBs. Man, you got a Hall of Famer on your team. I am so excited to see Garrett Wilson play tomorrow and Aaron Rodgers play. On the other side of things, obviously you're gonna start Diggs. He might see some Sauce Gardner in there, but you do see Diggs move around a lot. My sit for this game is gonna be Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis struggles against the Jets. They got such a good cornerback room there, and they got a great defense. I'm not starting Gabe Davis this week. Running back side of things, I think James Cook as a runner isn't going to do that great, but I think as a pass catcher, he's going to do well because the Jets do have a stacked front seven. On the other side of things, we were talking about Brees Hall and Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook gets the better day out of the two, but it could be a toss up. And then Alan Lazard might be a sneaky play in there as well, man, because he's a TD monster when he plays with Rodgers.
Yeah, I agree. This game has a total of a 45.5 point spread or total point game. I think it could be a shootout. It's Monday night, bright lights, both got nice QBs. You got Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers. I think it's gonna be a lot of scoring in this game. I like Garrett Wilson. Maybe Alan Lazard as a flex play because Aaron Rodgers has that connection with Alan Lazard. I'm gonna go with Dalvin Cook. It's Brees Hall. I don't know, man. He's questionable leading up to the game. I don't know how much workload they're going to give him. They're going to use Dalvin Cook in the run game and passing game as well. On the Buffalo side, Gabe Davis is more boomer bust. He's probably not going to see Sauce Gardner, but he's going to see DJ Reed. So that might be another tough matchup as well. I kind of like Dalton Kincaid if they move him around on the field. Yeah, I like Dalton Kincaid and yeah, James Cook. So there's a lot of options in this game to start for fantasy.
It's a great Monday night game, man. I'm pumped, man. I'm so happy football's on. Like I'm so happy, man. It's NFL season, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. This
let's
conversation has
go.
got me hyped, man. I'm excited that we got some. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Let's quickly go through just a sleeper and a one-liner as to why you think they're a sleeper or a stash, and we'll finish it up here. So I'll start. I think at QB, I'm going to give Sam Howell a sleeper start this week. I think in one start last year, he had 5 rushes for 35 yards and a score. So he's a dual threat. Even at UNC, his last season, he rushed for 800 yards. He's against Arizona week 1. Cardinals have a weak secondary as well, so he can throw it. I honestly think even without Terry McLaurin at full strength, I think he's a nice pick for a QB sleeper this week, and I'd even start him if I had to.
I like
Yeah,
that.
man.
Yeah.
One of my stashes for the year or sleepers for the year is this guy Sean Tucker, man. He's a backup running back for Tampa Bay. He's an undrafted rookie, but when you see him play in college, he played really well, you know. And Rashad White, he's great. I think he's gonna get a lot of touches, but Tampa is just one of those teams that you don't really know what they're gonna do on the RB side of things. Are they gonna compete? Are they not? And I think Sean Tucker might be able to get some run out by the end of the year.
I like
Uh,
that.
some guys to stash. I mean, we already kind of talked about Puka Nacua. You saw Sal's face when I mentioned that. Some of these rookie wide receivers. So usually what wide receivers tend to break out more so in the second half of the season. So I like Jonathan Mingo. He was drafted high in the second round. You know how Ole Miss receivers are. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Elijah Moore. Adam Thielen's like 32, 33 years old. He's on the decline. DJ Chark is just another guy. So I think near the second half of the season, Jonathan Mingo is going to be good. I also like Marvin Mims. They've been using him all around the field. They're talking him up a lot too. He's very athletic. If Judy's hamstring keeps lingering, so that's going to be another guy you want to look at. And then Jaden
Oh,
Reed too. Coming out of college, Jaden Reed, they were comparing him a lot to Stephon Diggs. Um, I mean, you got Christian Watson and Dobbs, but this guy is going to be their primary slot guy, so he could carve out a role in the slot as well. So those are the 3 guys I'd say watch out for.
I doubled down on Marvin Mims as well. I think with Judy being injured, he's the number 2 behind Sutton this week. He's a serious vertical threat. In 3 seasons in college, his average depth of target was 17, 17.6, and 15.4 yards. That's insane. That is such a big
Yeah.
number for all 3 seasons. And that comes from the late round QB from Zachariah. I got those stats from there. I think he's going to be a nice sleeper. You may not be able to start him this week if you want to because you're in a pinch or you need someone to kind of fill in a slot. Absolutely, go ahead and try it. But I think he's one of those guys that if you can get your hands on before waivers clear this week, that'll be a nice stash for you guys. So I would highly agree with that. I got one more, just kind of as a deep sleeper. We talked about Van Jefferson and Puka, but one guy on New Orleans, Rashid Shaheed.
Oh,
I think he's a
Yeah.
nice little stash there, man. He had 14.4 yards per target rate. He has a good yards per route run, and that was in his rookie year. So I think he could do a little something as the number 2 behind Olave, maybe, depending on how Slant Boy works. And that's Michael Thomas for those of you who don't know. But yeah, that would be another sleeper that I'd bring up.
I had him there too in one of my stashes too. I think it'd be nice. For sure.
All right. Outside of that, I think we can wrap it up here. We'll tinker with our lineups for the last 5 minutes
Yeah,
before
man.
kickoff.
I got 4 minutes in. You guys are getting cutting it
All right,
close,
boys.
man.
Oh,
Let's
we got a little
go.
boy.
Yo, I got a sleeper right there, man. That's my
There
sleeper
we
pick in
go.
20 years. NFL number 1
Anyone
draft
named
pick.
Elijah
He's been
Moore,
sitting-
Elijah Mitchell, run
He's
him
been
out
sitting
there.
here. He's been sitting here taking this all in, soaking up all this knowledge, man. So that was sick, man. Man, it's been amazing to do this live, but we're gonna put this up as it is, man. I think we did a great job, man. I appreciate you guys going until 4 minutes to go. So let's cut it off here, man. And good luck to all you guys, man.
Good luck
Thanks,
week 1,
guys.
boys.
Yeah, great shit. Yeah, good to get the reps
luck,
in.
boys.
All right, boys.
Good luck,
Take care.
fellas.
All right.